The ban of a deadly chemical found in common paint strippers may be on hold indefinitely. The Environmental Protection Agency has postponed a proposed Obama-era ban on methylene chloride, saying they need more time to consider it.
Still, the EPA says the chemical poses an unreasonable risk and has been linked to dozens of deaths. Anna Werner has been investigating the story and spoke with the family of one man whose recent death is linked to the toxic chemical.
Pain runs deep. Not only for me, but for my husband and my other two sons.
Cindy Wynn's 31-year-old son, Drew, was the youngest of her three sons, an entrepreneur with a cold brew coffee business in Charleston, South Carolina. In October, he was resurfacing the floor of this walk-in refrigerator using a paint stripper, Goof Off, manufactured by company WM Bar. That's where his business partner found him, then called his brother, Clayton.
He said he's gone. He's gone. He just screamed that over and over again. That's a phone call I'll never forget.
The death certificate said he was overcome by chemicals in the paint stripper, chiefly highly toxic methylene chloride. It's deadly, but found in stripping products on store shelves across the country, something Drew's brother Brian quickly learned.
I was shocked. I mean, how is it that you can find something that will kill you instantly and buy it just off a shelf?
It's the question we discovered another family had asked some 20 years ago.
And this here was a product that Brian used.
That's video of Pennsylvania's Wayne Steiner from 1998, holding the can of paint stripper that led to his son's death.
You tell me, how good's this product? And why was Brian allowed to get it and use it?
24-year-old Brian Keller had been stripping paint off of a car using another methylene chloride-based product, Clean Strip Aircraft Remover, also made by WM Bar, that he'd bought at a local auto body shop. Then he fell ill.
I said, no. I said, he's going to the hospital. I said, something's not right.
Medical records show inhaling methylene chloride vapors led to Keller having a heart attack. He survived in a weakened state for 5 years, until his mother, Judy, says he had another heart attack.
I thought, this is it. This is it.
Before his death, Keller sued manufacturer WM Bar. The company denied responsibility in court filings, saying Clean Strip's label warned the product was for use by professional trained personnel using proper equipment and is not intended for sale to or use by the general public. WM Bar later settled the case for $1.75 million without admitting liability. The family's attorney, Marty Brigham.
I really thought that this was a problem that was behind us.
You did?
Oh, absolutely. And when I learned about the accident with the same manufacturer 28 years later, I was shocked.
Not only that, but we found Clean Strip Aircraft Paint Remover advertised for sale to the public by numerous retailers, including Amazon.
I feel sorry because there's more parents out there going through the same thing. And this is just not, this should not be in today's society when they know that they know that they know what this is doing. I don't get it.
The company declined to do an on-camera interview, but sent these statements saying when used as directed, methylene chloride paint strippers have an excellent safety record. However, they said while we have always had a warning on our label, the recent tragedies have motivated us to ask what more we can do. WM Bar says it worked with the Consumer Product Safety Commission on recently issued guidelines to develop a new label and warning symbol that are now prominently featured on the front panels of our methylene chloride products. But when the EPA moved last year to ban the products, it said revised labeling wasn't enough, that it will not address the unreasonable risk presented by methylene chloride. Drew Wynn's brother Brian couldn't agree more.
My brother didn't need to die.
Now, WM Bar is not the only manufacturer of paint stripping products, but it identifies itself as the largest, and you can read the statements the company sent us on our website. These products are already banned in Europe, and the Wynns are not waiting for EPA action. As of today, Vlad and Anne-Marie, they have launched a Change.org petition. They are specifically targeting Lowe's because that is the store where their brother and son, Drew Wynn, bought the product. Now, Lowe's said to us that they are working on changes. They said that they have committed to doubling the number of methylene chloride alternatives by the end of 2018 to 7 products. They say that they are seeking out safer alternatives and therefore doubling, the available ones that consumers will find in their stores. But they are not taking methylene chloride off the shelves. So that the family wants to change that. There's some groups working with them. They want to change it, and they're launching a media campaign and a Change.org petition today to try to do that.
So if this chemical is known to be harmful, I guess a lot of people are going to wonder, why is it still even sold?
So it kind of goes back to eons ago, basically, 1940s, 1950s, where the paint removers that they had at the time, the companies will tell you, were highly flammable, and they were actually looking for a safer solution. That safer solution was methylene chloride. And the companies that say now, if you talk to the industry, they'll say, well, there are no alternatives that work, that people actually want to use. Well, there are researchers that we've spoken to in Massachusetts who have come up now with 2 alternatives, and they say, hey, it's not true. We can make a safer alternative. So, for example, the chemicals are banned in Europe.
Right.
They decided, look, it's not worth the risk. And the EPA, this is their, proposal, pretty hefty document that they put out in January of 2017, said in this document that, look, we've looked at the other options for saving people's lives, and we don't think they're going to be effective enough. But of course, the EPA has changed under a new administration, and the question is, will the Trump administration let this ban die, or will somebody say, you know what, actually we do need to do this? The environmental groups will tell you that their take right now is that they think that the administration may push this off for a much longer period of time. They say they want more time to study now, but we'll see how that goes.
In your story there, the company responded with that letter saying, look, if this product is used properly, we don't believe that it's dangerous. It's not the first time you've heard that from manufacturers of this sort of product, because you've been doing this story for a while now. What's the proper way to use it? Does it have to do with wearing a mask, or what is it?
So what the companies will tell you now is that you should not use these products indoors at all. And if you talk to experts who understand this chemical and how deadly it really is, what they'll tell you is the problem is that, for example, you might read on a label, use adequate ventilation. Well, a consumer might think, okay, I'm in a bathroom, I'm scraping a bathtub or something. Adequate ventilation is I open the door and I open the window.
Right.
That is not enough.
It's not enough.
In fact, what experts will tell you is that to be really protected, the masks that you can buy at a Lowe's or Home Depot are not going to work for you.
Those little paper masks that people wear.
Those are not vapor masks. Those are dust masks. The vapors go right through that. Even, the masks with the 2 cartridges that look very industrial, that's not going to do it either. They will not protect you. Some of the people that we have covered their deaths, the people who've died, they were wearing those masks. So that's not a vapor mask. What you actually have to be safely using the product in an indoor or professional setting is you have to have a mask with a supply of forced oxygen that gives you oxygen to breathe continually, that forces oxygen into your face.
Wow.
So you're not breathing
the average
the
consumer
vapors.
is not going to have that.
Not at all.
And that's exactly what the EPA said in their original proposal is, look, consumers don't understand what's adequate ventilation, and they're not going to have this equipment. So it's too risky. It's unreasonable risk, but we'll see what they do. So in the meantime, you're going to be hearing about this campaign for retailers. These groups, environmental and consumer groups, putting a lot of pressure on the retailers, mounting a campaign, and we'll see what happens.
Anna Werner, some incredible reporting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brad.